Hi, it's me, your adorable grandma. How is everybody? Good. You did it. Well, I never. Did you ever see that TV show that said at the end, this show will leave you saying, well, I never. I saw that the other night and I thought that was kind of funny. Well, I come to you today. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Abraham Lincoln, and I thought, that sounds like I'm starting out with the Gettysburg Address, but I don't even know what address it is except Gettysburg, PA, and I don't know the zip code. But I used to know the zip codes for all the neighboring counties. I did when I worked. We had Armstrong, Beaver, Butler, Clarion, and Venango County, and Jefferson. We didn't have all of some of those counties, but from typing mailing lists so much to the fire wardens, I could remember the zip codes, and somebody'd say, what's the zip code for such and such? And I'd say 160666666. They'd say, okay. And I didn't even have to look it up, and I didn't even know if it was right. It just come out of me, and that's what it was. And I don't know why. I can remember numbers really well, but who are you? Yeah, I have trouble with names. Oh, and I want to thank everybody that subscribed to my channel. I was flabbergasted, as the person would say. I was flabbergasted. I think there were 9 people that subscribe to my channel, and I don't even know who they are. I know who one is. One's Angie. Hi, honey. I know you. And I thank everybody that subscribed, because it meant a lot to this old lady. I think I'm on YouTube. Well, I know why I called you. Yeah, I called you on the phone. Just give me one second. You remember my video about elephant? And I couldn't find Ella? Guess what? I found her. I had to search high and low to find her. There was a lady here that day, and the lady was making me mad. And I even said to that lady, you're pissing me off. Because she was. It was just a bunch of nonsense. And poor little Ella didn't know what to do, and she's so little, she couldn't protect me. And she didn't know what to do, so she ran away, and I didn't see her leaving. But she took her little 4 little pink fat legs and waddled out the door, and my screen door doesn't always latch the whole way, and I think that's how she got out. But here she went, and they picked her up. Somebody saw her, picked her up, and took her to the circus. Yeah. And she said right away they put a chain around her little fat pink leg, and she knew she was in trouble, and she started to cry for her mommy, but I couldn't hear her. I didn't know where she was, but it breaks my heart, because the poor little thing was there with tears running down her pretty little pink fat cheeks. And if I'd have known, I'd have been there. I'd have been there if I had to crawl on my hands and knees to save my little Ella. And they kept her there for a couple days. And she said they fed her this old straw-looking hay stuff. She didn't even know what it was because I don't feed her that. I feed her good regular elephant food. It's imported from Africa, and I pay a lot of money for it. And I give her good spring water, too. I go to the spring and fill up jugs to give her good water, and they gave her this old nasty stuff. And not much of that, she said. They were trying to teach her how to get up on a ball, and she said, I didn't want to get up on a ball. I just wanted to come home. But she said I couldn't because they kept that chain around my little leg. Well, one day there was this little boy at the circus, and he seen her sitting there crying. And he said, what's the matter, Ella? And she said, they elephant-napped me. And I can't get home to my mommy, and I'm so scared. And she was crying, and the little boy said, I will let you loose. I know where the key is to that chain. So he went and got the key and unhooked her leg, and where the chain had been around her little pink fat leg, and it was starting to dig into her skin. And she found her way home with that sore little leg. She came all the way home from Africa. Yes, she did. And I heard her ring. I heard the doorbell ring, and I went over, and there sat poor little Ella with tears streaming down her little fat pink cheeks. But she could just reach the doorbell with the end of her trunk. And I was so happy to see her, and I picked her up, and I want to show her to you because she is so sweet, and she has been so grateful to be home. Look at her. Isn't she precious? This is my little elephant. Look at the people. You see the people? They see you. Yes, they do. They can see you, honey. Oh, you got such sweet little pink little cheeks. But poor little Ella, she had quite a story to tell when she got home. And I wanted everybody to share and to see her. Isn't she sweet? There's her, look at her big fat pink butt. Look at that. Isn't it cute? Look. And she's got two sides. And she got a hole in her head like her mommy. Oh, wasn't that a silly story? I just made that story up right now. What really happened to her was my housekeeper put her under the sink. She said when that woman was here, Ella couldn't take it no more, so she put her under the sink so she wouldn't have to listen to it. Oh, isn't that crazy? It's a crazy old world, I'll tell you, but... Well, that's the story of Ella. I might have some more stories. I recorded some stories a couple years ago on LibriVox. And they're kid-friendly. And I might play them on YouTube. I'm allowed to do that because there's no copyright on them. And I did all the voices for the characters. The only thing is, if I play them, what do? I can't remember the voices to do them the same as I did on the recording, so I can't do it live. And besides that, I had to edit it because you'd be surprised when you're reading something how many mistakes you can make. But it's perfect now, and I also did a whole book, which it's a nice story. It's not really an adult story. It's more like a preteen kind of story, but it's a nice story about these two cousins, and the one, her daddy is a scientist, and he has to leave for his job, so she lives with the cousin. And it's about her adventures there and how she didn't get along with the cousins. And it's just a nice story, but it's a whole book. So I would have to put it up probably in chapters, and maybe you have some child that would like to listen to it. I don't know. I probably won't put it up because you can go to LibriVox and you can search under my name. Most of you know my name. And you can download it. For everything on there is free. They've got all kinds. Is this a LibriVox commercial? I think it is. Well, anyway, they do good things, and they do audiobooks for free. I have poetry on there, and there is one poem that I would like to do that my daddy used to recite, that he learned when he was a little boy, and he knew it till the day he passed away at 71. And his mother was in her 80s, and she used to recite poetry that she learned in school. And I have her voice on a tape recorder, on one of those old-fashioned, it was just a little real tape recorder that I had got for Christmas and my birthday. And I recorded her, and she said, there wasn't a time that they didn't have a program that they didn't ask me to recite a poem. And she could sit there and recite those poems when she was in her 80s. Now, to me, that's pretty remarkable. I can recite my name. Well, that's about it. I'm not good at remembering anything other than numbers. Do you want to know my zip code? If I know where you live, I bet I know your zip code. I bet I know your zip code. I still remember a lot of those old zip codes, but it was funny because I didn't even know I remembered them, but they would ask me and it would just pop out. Well, I just wanted to introduce everybody to Ella. Someday I might introduce you to Homer. Homer is a pig. Homer's my pig. And I also have a cow. The cow's name is... I forgot my cow's name. Alfalfa? I'm not sure. But I've got a whole farm here. I have a dog, a German Shepherd. His name's Axel. But he's pretty big. If I put him on camera, you wouldn't see this beautiful face. And I know you all want to see this beautiful face. Somebody told me in the comments I was adorable. I said adorable, it's like a little kid. Then I got to thinking, I am adorable. Yes, I am like a little kid. I talk to animals. I just watered my plants. Well, all of that. And I called that one Flossie, and the other one I kind of refused to name it because it quit growing. I had a name for it, but I just call it the old, well, actually her name's Charlotte. After Charlotte's Web, because she's a spider plant. Oh, that's not funny. That's just stupid. I say stupidest things. Well, I was up yesterday and I saw some of my kiddos at this special place that I can't mention because it would be advertising. But they're the sweetest kids. I just love them all. And they call me Grandma, they treat me special, and it's just so nice. And then there's Angie. She pumps my gas, so I take her little presents. So I just like getting out and sharing the love and talking to the young people, because they need somebody to talk to, and somebody that's not going to say, oh, you shouldn't have done that. No. Don't criticize them. It's a hard time for young people nowadays. And I just realized how different their life is than mine was. And I can't even imagine what it's like to be afraid to go outside. Be afraid to ride your bike down the street. Be afraid to go to school. These kids are having a hard time. And then they get out of school, they work for minimum wage. Some of them work 2-3 jobs. They can't afford to go to school. What is the poor little precious thing supposed to do? So they need some loving. And yes, some of them get into bad things and they do drugs, but it's because they're looking for something. When I was that age, I was looking for something and I didn't know what it was. And I tried all the wrong things, and that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for love. And the love that I found I was looking for was love for myself. They say if you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else? I don't believe that. I've loved people my whole life, and those times I hated myself. I just wanted to beat the living crap out of myself. Because that's how much I thought I didn't even deserve to be on this planet. I didn't deserve the air I breathe. Somebody else should have it. That's how beat down I was. So when they start feeling like that and feeling nobody loves them, look inside yourself. You're a good person. You're all good people. You have not done anything nearly as bad as other people that you think don't have any problems. And the people that don't have problems, they're lying. We all have problems. I have problems. But I'm not going to let them get to me, because I got God to help me solve them. And anything I worried about in the past, it's in the past. It's all been worked out. It's all solved. I'm still standing. Oh, I love Elton John. I watched a video about Elton John, and I think he is one of the most talented people that's ever walked this earth. If you listen to his music, he didn't write the lyrics. He wrote the melody. And he was what you would call a composer. He didn't just write a simple old melody that I could play the piano. I can't play his songs on the piano. They're too complicated. And he was starting to play the piano when he was 4 years old. And I love that man. He's one of the richest men around. And he lives extravagantly. He won't deny that. He spent more in sunglasses than I spend on food and gas. If you ever saw his videos and those sunglasses, back in the 70s, he was wild. And that was in my heyday. And he has given millions and millions of dollars and started the AIDS Foundation and brought AIDS out to the light because people didn't want to talk about it. He knew Ryan White. If you ever see that movie, the Ryan White story, it was about a little boy that had got AIDS from a blood transfusion, and they wouldn't even let him attend school. That's how dumb they were back in those days. They thought if you had AIDS, you were going to give it to everybody you looked at. And he had a horrible time. And Elton John went to see that little boy in the hospital. And Elton John started the AIDS Foundation. And if you are against gay people, it's not only gay people that are affected by it. That little boy had it. So you need to open your mind and your heart about these things and think about stuff. I think about all kinds of stuff because I'm alone, I'm old, I've seen it. I'm not going to say I've done it because I don't want to admit to anything. Although I did get told I don't talk too much, so if you've already tuned out of this video, I do talk too much. And I'm going to close it at that because I just want everybody to be as happy as I am. And don't wait till you're 70 to be so happy. I wasted 69 years of my life not being happy. And all I needed to do was look inside myself and realize I'm not any worse than anybody else. Just because I'm not married, because I don't have children, that doesn't mean I'm a horrible person. And because I've done things in my past, I used to get drunk. Oh yeah, I was a fun drunk, I'll tell you that, but there was days I woke up, I didn't know what happened the night before, and that gets you nowhere fast. But I didn't let it affect my work. I went to work every day. And finally I realized that's not the answer to anything. That's not the life I want to live. I want to be successful. I want to help people. I love people. Even when I didn't love myself, I love people. But I didn't love them to the extent that I love them now. Because now I realize we are all on the same plane. We all came from the same place. We all make the same stupid mistakes. The only difference is I admit them. Other people don't. So if you think John Jones or John Doe or Sally Doe is such a wonderful person and better than you don't know them. We are all sinners. We all do things we shouldn't do. You're human. Give yourself a frickin' break. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be stupid. You weren't born knowing everything, and neither were they. And nobody teaches you everything. You can't possibly. I'm still learning stuff today. I'm learning how to make YouTube videos and make people laugh, I hope. Now, I know this part's just kind of rambling on, but I hope I get through to somebody. And if you're depressed, send me a message. You can call me on the phone. Email me. If you leave me a notification on YouTube, something to the extent that I wish I could talk to you, or I need to talk to you, I will somehow get you my email information. Oh, I can give it to you right now. I made one especially for my certain friends. It's Graham Bell, GRAMBELL at breezeline.net. All small letters. I don't know if it matters anymore or not, but they're all small letters. It's Breezeline, BREEZE, like the wind, LINE, all one word, .net. Graham Bell at breezeline.net. Email me. Tell me what you want me to know if you need to talk. Because I know what suicide is. And I know what depression can do to you. I have lived it. And I will share my story with you. Just drop me an email. I love you and I want you to be happy. I know how bad depression is and it hurts like hell. I think I'd rather have an arm or a leg or maybe both chopped off than feel that way mentally. That is how bad the pain is, and people that don't know anything about it don't realize. And they say, well, I don't understand people that want to kill themselves. Well, be glad you don't. Be thankful. Get down on your knees and thank God that you don't know what it's like. Because it is like being in hell. But when you have those thoughts, it's your brain telling you lies. That's the conclusion I have come to. Your brain tells you lies. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to that crap. If your brain says you're no damn good, tell it to shut up. You are. Because Gram says so, and Gram loves you, and Gram knows what she's talking about. I do love you so much. Don't be afraid to reach out to old Grandma. I'll even come to visit you, or you can come visit me, okay? Doesn't matter how far. Telephone goes everywhere. Have a good day. Have a safe Memorial Day. I can't believe this weekend's Memorial Weekend. It just seems so early this year. Oh, and I missed my mom and dad's anniversary, May 21st. And that's the day I had my gastric bypass surgery in 2007. I was going to post something about it, but I forgot. I went from 346 pounds to 190. Now, I am just below, I'm going to say 189, because that sounds so much better. I was so happy to see that on the doctor's scale. And yeah, I said it. I said it out loud. I had gastric bypass surgery. It's not for everybody. It is rough. It's the roughest thing I've probably ever done, and it took me a year of preparation, and everything I had to do ahead of time went wrong. I thought God was trying to tell me you shouldn't do this, because I even had a false positive heart catheterization. Everything I went to do. But that's another story for another time. If you want to know about that, send me an email. Love you. Bye-bye. Oh, and Errol says bye too. She went, oh, I can't do what she does. Bye.